Hi everyone, this is Killshot99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Trivia Memes and Mashups number 8. And it does appear that maybe YouTube loves me tonight. So I'm hopeful that we get right on the right track. We don't have to repost this stream. So we are good to go. You guys having a good Monday? You ready to mash some stuff up? We got trivia night ahead. We're going to have some Walking Dead trivia. We're going to have some regular trivia. Hopefully we'll have our defending champion Matthew show up. I know it's a little weird. You guys are getting ready to hear Deadly Dimes. You haven't been here in a little while. Deadly Dimes was dethroned last week with the 116. Should have been 16, but she got a little bit nervous. Usually, Dimes doesn't get nervous, but it was like panic mode for that championship, trying to get some double dimes in there. A lot of good stuff happening with the channel. We're less than a month away from The Walking Dead. Tomorrow night, we're not going to do the early stream tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we're also just going to do the late stream, but it's going to be bold predictions, Walking Dead only. We're going to have a lot of fun with that tomorrow night. And then Wednesday night, I'm looking to do 2 streams, an early stream for those of you looking to get your PDL inventory jump. I should have inventories called up by Wednesday night, and then we'll do our top 9 on Wednesday night. We've been having a lot of fun with that, like top scenes from The Walking Dead. Getting some of your thoughts, some of your opinions in there. You guys ready to get a little bit of, who wants a little bit of PDL news? Because if you guys have not played PDL yet, we had a blast with the Asylum. We got through the first 3 modules, and this Friday night, we're doing something that I think is unprecedented. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like what we're going to do. So this Friday night is going to be the first time ever we're going to let you take your PDL characters into strict player versus player battle. Now, there's 3 different types of battles that we're going to do with these PDL. So 1, there's going to be a standard. Number 2, there's going to be a type 2. And number 3, there's going to be a freestyle option. So standard just means that if you get matched up against somebody, you can only use 1 of each type of item. So you can't use like 50 different smokes to smoke somebody out. If we do type 2, that means that you'll be able to use 1 of all your items, except you'll be able to pick 1 item and use it twice. And freestyle, you can just go nuts and just blow stuff up, go crazy, do whatever you want to do. And the top 8 are going to get their own custom avatars. So, wait a minute. Hold on. I know you guys want to get into trivia, and we're going to do our matchups. What's that over on the left? Is that a... I don't think someone played a wanted poster just yet on someone. I mean, that would be kind of cruel this early in the game if somebody hired a bounty hunter to track down their character once we go into... Nah, you guys wouldn't do that. You guys all get along too well. I know somebody is not being a little bit sneaky trying to get an early jump on people. Let's remove this wanted poster so it's out of everybody's mind. I don't want you guys... Maybe. Is that footsteps? All right, we'll let it disappear. All right, how about a shout out to all of our team up there, the Patreons. You guys can see them. A couple brand new PDL sponsors. We got Night of the Living Fred and Jason Moonshot Phillips. So PDL sponsorship has been phenomenal. What a great month of support. The game is doing well. The PDL sponsorship is great. Our trivia is in full effect. And we got streams every night. We got Cardinal Crawfish. I hate... All right, you got to give me the song. Because otherwise I hate the rain and sunny weather. And I hate the beach and mountains too. Boo-hoo. I don't like a thing about the city. No. I hate everything about countryside, too. I think I got it, but yeah, you caught me on the spot. I got to prepare for that, Crawfish. And Will the Bill, who wants some? Let's do it. I ain't scared. I hate everything about you. So, yeah, I don't know. My excitement with Play Dead Live is very apparent, and I love PvP. Like, I love the story of Play Dead Live, but you guys got to understand, like, my background is hardcore gaming PvP. So when I see some of the challenges and some of the matchups and some of the strategies, It just, I'm so looking forward to Friday. I think I'm looking more toward Friday night than any of the Asylum. And those of you that are going to be there, it's going to be like Gladiator. I mean, when it's not your turn, you're going to be watching these people face off, playing their classes, using their items, their weapons, their armor. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. Bonnie Wright. No, I'm addicted. Watched the whole 7-hour stream playback last night. So we had a lot of fun, Bonnie. There was a lot of good items. So B-Dub, I'm looking for B-Dub. Hopefully we can get in a little bit of PvP. So I don't know how we're going to schedule it yet, but I know we have an off week this week. So this will be the first Play Dead Live PvP. Show up, and I guarantee you guys will have a good time. It's going to be a blast. All right, speaking of good time, let's get into some trivia. You guys ready to crown a trivia champion? I mean, we're going to get this thing started. And the first thing that we do with trivia is I got to get these brackets filled up. So I know Dimes wants to play. And I don't know if Matthew's here. If Matthew's here, I'd hate for the defending champ not to show up. That'd be a rough way to lose. Will wants to take on the bounty hunter. The bounty hunter's a little bit high level right now, Will. I mean, I'm not saying you can't take down the bounty hunter. I got a lot of confidence in you. But right now, you might want to get some easy wins. You know, like Tommy the Tank. That might be an easy... Not. Tommy's a tough fight. Okay. I see Football Master. I got you. Let's get these brackets filled out, everybody. I got Tommy the Tank is in. Kel is definitely in. Bonnie is going to be in. So while I'm getting a few more people in the brackets, I am going to make this announcement because I know a couple people from time to time, they come in late. And I want to be fair to people that come in, right? I can't put spam messages up on the screen or a sign that says something along the lines of, if it's not your turn, do not chime in. So we're going to kind of need to keep getting that message out there. But those of you that have played more than 1 week, I got to tell you, my tolerance for you chiming in, maybe tolerance is the wrong word, but if you chime in and it's not your turn, I'm either going to eliminate you or time you out immediately. So the people, and I know the people that played 7 weeks in a row, 8 weeks in a row. If it's a new person that comes in, then, we'll understand that. But if somebody plays every week, you guys got to know the rules by now. So, Matthew, there's the champ right there. That's what I'm talking about. The defending champ just popped in, said, count me in. You guys thought you were going to get an easy pass tonight, didn't you? Oh, no, no, no. Matthew is in the house. Who else we got? All right, I got Moonshots in. Going to be some good matchups early on. Did I see Donna? I thought I saw Donna. Oh, Donna. Oh, there you are. Donna's in. All right, I got, where's Will? Will the Bill is in. You are definitely in, Will. All right, I'm going to get a few more people, and then I'll just do a quick roll call so we can get everybody. Absolutely. Amanda, are you saying you want in? All right, Amanda. Amanda T is in. Fluff, where's the flamethrower? By the time we get to the semis, there's going to be some defending champs. I mean, it's going to be legit. We got a great, great group tonight. We might fill up tonight, like relatively early. So, I know I missed a ton of people. So, I'll call your names in a minute. Tammy Hill. Oh, Tammy Hill's definitely getting in. We had Battle of the Tammys last week. You got it. Heart of Nixie is in. All right, Heart. How about Mist? Mist, are you in? David, I can get you in, but I think I got you in last week and you left after about 10 minutes, if that was you. So once again, if it wasn't, I apologize. But somebody got in and after the first round they were gone. So if you guys can't stay for the whole thing, do not get in. So you got to make a commitment right here, right now. Otherwise, I don't want to, I don't have to skip people that do want spots because I don't know that we're going to get everybody in. Gina won't play. I ask Gina the same thing every week. Hey, Gina, would you like to play? It's like, I'm just going to do it. Nope. Every week I ask. Every week I get nope. And Gina, in a couple of weeks, Gina's got some great trivia ideas. But I can't roll them out in the next couple of weeks. And I'll explain to you guys the schedule and how we're going to go about things. All right, let's get, so Johnny Metal. Johnny, you're in. No worries, I just want to make sure. Like I said, I'm going off of memory here. All right, so David Buzz is in. Father Ron, you're in, right? Coco's in. Julia, you're in, right? Do I have Ben? I got you in, Ben. You're good. I don't think I had Busy Bee. All right, Busy Bee, you're in. Let's get Julia. All right, Mist wants in. Tiny Rick. All right. Tiny Rick is in. Crawfish. Can you guys do I didn't see Crawfish volunteer yet. Can you guys, Father Ron is definitely in. Charles Messenger's in. AK, we're going to go by Chuck. If we get enough crawfish emojis, I think he'll crawfish his way in. There he is. Crawfish is in. All right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 7 more spots, and I know many of you, maybe, hang on, 6 more. All right, I'm going to read everybody I have. If you don't hear your name, I don't have you. So I've got 6 more spots. So here's the list so far. Matthew, Ben, Football, Buzz, Will the Bill, Chuck, Kel, Fluff, Coco, Hart, Julia Muse, Bonnie Wright, Deadly Dimes, Busy Bee, Trigger, Johnny Metal, Tiny Rick, Amanda T, Mist, Moonshot, Donna Sowards, Father Ron, Tammy Hill, Crawfish, and the Tank. That's everybody I've got. So I've got 6 more spots. So if you didn't hear your name, you don't have a spot. I think we're going to fill up, so give me those last 6, everybody. Coco's in. I called Coco. Called Coco. Angel's like super chatting it. Coco wants in. Coco is in. You guys are going cuckoo for Coco. Ah, see what I just... Is somebody else going to super chat it? Hey, you guys know what? Coco wants in. All right. I thought we had more people volunteering a minute ago. All right, I've got 6 more spots. Do not give these players buys in the first round. 6 more spots. We don't want anybody to have a free pass. Worst thing's going to happen. We certainly got more than 32. We got another 20 or so people that are watching. Just jump in. You never know. You might win a round or two and get into the money. All right, we got a lot of people want to watch the showdown, so I'm going to start the matches, and if a couple people come in, we're just going to fill them in wherever they fall. Ocean Man's here. All right, Ocean Man's definitely getting in. One more spot filled up. All right, we were just getting ready to get started, too. All right, Christine, what do you think? You guys want to put a little pressure on Christine? I don't think she's that scared. She's just lowering the expectations. Yeah, there's a lot of people watching, so yeah, certainly it's high pressure, but she's like, I'm in. It didn't take much. All right, all right, Christine is in. Christine Meek. We got a lot of new players, but here's the thing, only one person is going to win. So a lot of you guys are going to lose anyway. Who cares? No big deal. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 5 more spots. Here we go. Moderators, do me a favor. Just keep an eye. If anybody else pops in and says, hey, do you have a spot? We do have 5 more spots, and I'll just start filling them in. So our first match of the night is Fluff versus Coco. Fluff versus Coco. If you guys are ready, give me a quick 999. All right, we're failing already. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be one of those nights. Okay. The only people that give me a 999 are the 2 people competing. All right. Rick Grimes, are you in? Before we get started, I saw Rick Grimes pop in. Not Tiny Rick, the other Rick. Rick Grimes. All right, Rick Grimes, I'm going to give you a spot here. All right, that gets us down to 4. Okay, now let's try this again, everybody. We're going to have to make up a little bit of lost time. People tuning in are like, I thought it was going to be trivia. We're like 20 minutes in. Okay, first matchup, Fluff versus Coco. Those 2 players only. Give me a 999. Let me know you're ready. All right. Gentlemen, how many bones are there in the human body? Easy question to start out. Everybody knows this. How many bones are in the human body? Fluff says 206. And that is the correct answer. Unless you're OU Crawfish and you have Viagra smoke, then it'd be 207. But 206 is the correct answer. Fluff is moving on to the next round with the speed. All right, we got the next matchup, which is going to be Football Master versus David Buzz. Football Master and David Buzz, if each of you can give me a quick 999, we will move along to the next round. Yeah, Kel called that. Sorry. Every once in a while I got to take a cheap shot at Crawfish. But Football Master, David Buzz, both giving me a quick 999. Here is your question. What nation was led by Frederick the Great? What nation was led by Frederick the Great? And anyone showing up late, Phyllis, anybody else, let me know. I got a couple spots for you. Football Master says Prussia, and that is the correct answer with the speed. Football Master moving on. Quick match. Crawfish, I feel uptight on a Saturday night, 9 o'clock, the radio's. I feel uptight on a Saturday night, 9 o'clock, and the radio's the only light. I hear my song, and it pulls me through, comes on strong, and it tells me what I got to do. I got to get up. Everybody's going to leave their seat, get down. All right, that's for you, Crawfish. You just made me go kiss Detroit Rock City. See, you just... The energy is back. The mojo's back. All right, next matchup is going to be, how about Amanda T versus Mist? Amanda T versus Mist. Where is Mist? All right, ladies, Walking Dead question. What fantasy creatures did Andrea say her sister loved? What fantasy creatures did Andrea say her sister loved? Only two of the ladies answering. No one else chime in. I don't want to have to eliminate anybody this early in the game. And there's going to be a lot of people, oh, I got it. I know the answer to this. Manatee says dolphins. That is not correct. And Miss says unicorns. They're good guesses. And clearly neither one of you used Google, so thank you for that. But it was mermaids. Mermaids was the correct answer. All right. Let's do a follow-up question here. All right. Mist and Amanda T. Give me a quick 999. Give you a follow-up question. Mandy, still with us? All right. History question. Who was killed by John Wilkes Booth? Who did John Wilkes Booth kill? How does that even happen? Andrew Burr is not correct. Amanda Tomlin says Abraham Lincoln, and that is correct. Amanda Tomlin is moving on to the next round. All right, crawfish and tank. Crawfish and tank. Give me a quick 999. Where's crawfish? Crawfish is so not interested in trivia. All right, make sure, everybody, you may have to F5. Crawfish super chat while we're waiting on him to get into trivia. I just closed my eyes again, climbed aboard the Dream Weaver. Driver, take my worries of today and leave tomorrow behind. Oh, Dream Weaver. All right, let's do it again. 999, Cardinal, and Tank. I believe this might take till the morning light, because we can't get a 999. What word that starts with the letter M is the unit for measuring the brightness of stars? And I think the sun might come up before we get an answer. Well, somebody cheat. Somebody just get this shit over with. Come on, we got 3 more rounds to do. Tommy says metric. That is not the correct answer. So, crawfish, all you have to do is come up with the correct answer, however you get it. Everybody's using Siri and Alexa and all other things. So, you got 5 seconds. I think everybody's cheering for you to type in Google right now, just so we don't have to ask another question this round. Number 4. Three. Yeah, give him a 5-second timer. The correct answer is magnitude. It's magnitude. All right. This is not going well. Okay, give me a 999. Crawfish and tank. I'll try something faster. What color does blue litmus paper change to in acid? Wow. That was before I even finished. It's red. Okay, hang on. How did you go from an hour to answering the question before I was halfway through? Yeah, the correct answer is red. All right, crawfish. Moving on to the next round. Tammy Hill and Ocean Man. Flamethrower. Too funny not to share. Junior looked at the screen and said, Dad, you should get a shirt with round 1 on it. Yeah, it is cool, isn't it? Like a old gaming logo. Do we have Tammy? All right, there's Tammy Hill. Absolute zero is equal to 0 degrees on which temperature scale? Well, we got 2 more spots. So Singer Chick and Lynn Nesvik, we can get both of you ladies in. Tammy Hill says Kelvin, and that is the correct answer. It is on the Kelvin scale. Tammy Hill, good job. You're moving on. All right, so Lynn Nesvik, you're in. And Crystal, are you in? Okay, let's go with let's get Crystal, Singer Chick, and Ben the Tin Man. Crystal and Ben, just in time. Give me a quick 999. All right, let's maybe refresh. Those of you that came in late, F5 because you guys might be watching a previous portion of the stream. Sometimes when you come in late, if you just hit the play button. All right, try it again. Crystal and Ben, 999. All right. What type of animal was Bambi's friend Flower? Ben says a bunny. That is incorrect. Singer Chick says a bunny as well. Incorrect. Wow, you had a good chance to steal there. It's a skunk. I think this is the first time we've done trivia where we've gotten more answers wrong than we've gotten right in the first 5 rounds. All right, Ben and Crystal. 999. What U.S. state was once an independent republic? Exactly, Matthew. Which U.S. state was once an independent republic? Ben says Texas. That is the correct answer. Ben is moving on. Wheel the Bill versus Chuck. I'm going to start asking. I'm going to start going like, what number comes after 9? I'm just going to see if we can get it tonight. I feel like we're all over the place. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? How many eggs are in a dozen? All right. Bring it in, everybody. Let's focus. We can do this. We can get it. All right, Wheel the Bill and Chuck. Where's Charles Messenger? All right, here we go. Wow. No, sorry. Who owned the detective agency in the TV show Remington Steele? We are. I'm going to ask my moderators to moderate. Hopefully we can get us back on track tonight. Otherwise, we're going to be doing this till midnight. Chuck says, I don't know. So, Will, who owned the detective agency in Remington Steele? All right, 5 seconds. Correct answer is Laura Holt. All right, let's do it again. Will and Chuck. Follow-up question. What are you if you are myopic? You would not be a guide. Hey Alexa, what are you if you are myopic? Hey Siri, what are you if you are myopic?
Okay, I found this on the web for what are you if you were myopic. Check it out.
Oh, it's nearsightedness. All right, let's do this again. She said she didn't know. All right. All right. Charles and Will. Third time is a charm. Where is Mount Olympus? Where is Mount Olympus? Greece is the correct answer. Will the Bill. Moving on. All right. Kel and Rick Grimes, are you both here? All right. What horror movie was based on the novel Ratman's Notebooks? It is not Rear Window. Kel, 5 seconds. Willard. Willard is the correct answer. All right, Heart of Nixie and Julia Muse. Heart of Nixie and Julia Muse. What number did Shane wear on his necklace? Correct answer is 22. Julia is moving on. Christina Meek and Bonnie Wright. If you could each give me a 999. Christina and Bonnie. What nickname did Herschel call the recovering Beth? Christine says Doodlebug. And that is the correct answer. Christine was nervous and she jumped in and got it right. Good job. Doodlebug is the correct answer. We got a hot streak going here, everybody. Do I have Johnny Metal and Tiny Rick? Where's Johnny Metal and Tiny Rick? Who saw Rick carrying Carl from the porch of their farm? Johnny says Herschel. Not correct. Tiny Rick says Maggie, and it is Maggie. Tiny Rick is advancing to the next round. How about Moonshot and Lynn Nesvik? Moonshot and Lynn Nesvik. Sheila B., you want in? I got a couple spots left. Just in time. I'll have you guys chime in again in a second. I want to see if Sheila wants one of the two spots. Well, Matthew, if we just did Walking Dead questions, we would probably have enough questions to do about 5 streams. So I would say the answer to that would be no. All right, I didn't see Sheila. Yes, no, Sheila. Last call. I got to move on, guys. All right. Let me get Moonshot and Lynn Nesvik. Okay. Moonshot and Lynn. What is the capital of Sierra Leone? Cap Armir is not correct. Freetown is correct. Lynn Nesvik with Freetown. All right, how about Donna and Father Ron? Donna and Father Ron. What TV show opened with a control voice saying, "Do not attempt to adjust the picture"? Ron says Twilight Zone. That is not correct. All right, 5 seconds for Donna. What TV show opened with a control voice saying, "Do not attempt to adjust the picture"? All right, you guys got to stop. I don't want any sub-clues, initials. It's outer limits. If you guys aren't here to participate in trivia, then I'm going to ask you guys to exit because I got to get through a stream. There's a lot of people look forward to this every night, and I don't want to have to start timing people out. I mean, we do the same thing every week. And if you guys want to do a trivia and grab a microphone and set it up and let all hell break loose, then do it. But otherwise, I expect like a certain amount of respect for the people that do want to do this every week. Nothing preventing any of you from setting up a YouTube channel and doing Walking Dead trivia every Monday night. Go for it. Be my guest. But if we're going to do it, we're going to do it a way that people are going to participate in it. All right, Donna and Ron, if you guys are ready. What former professional athlete was actress Halle Berry's first husband? Ron says David Justice, and that is correct. All right, Busy Bee and Trigger. Busy Bee and Trigger. Okay, in what part of the body would you find the aqueous humor? All right, 5 seconds. Trigger and Busy Bee. Aqueous humor, what part of the body? Busy Bee says leg. That is incorrect. Correct answer is the eye. All right, follow up. Busy Bee and Trigger, 999. Who is the Roman goddess of hunting? Thanks, Tommy. Have a good night. Busy Bee says Diana, and that is the correct answer. Trigger, I thought you would have gotten that earlier. All right, I've got Matthew uncontested, moving on to the next round. I've got Deadly Dimes moving on to the next round. So we're going to get to our, I think this is going to go a little bit quicker. To our round of 16. So we start out with Julia and Christine. Julia and Christine. Who was the first person to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean? Julia says Charles Lindbergh, and that is correct. Quick answer, good answer, Julia Muse. Moving on to the next round. Crawfish and Tammy Hill. Crawfish and Tammy Hill. What U.S. state was Steak and Shake founded in? Hey, thanks, Chuck. Have a good night, man. Appreciate you being here. Tammy says Illinois, and Crawfish says Illinois, and Tammy was just a little bit quicker with her response. Tammy Hill moving on, a couple seconds faster. Lynn Nesvik and Ron. Lynn and Ron. In which movie did Eddie Murphy play a character named Prince Akeem? Lynn says Coming to America, and that is correct. Good job, Lynn. Moving on to the final 8 round. How about Tiny Rick and Amanda T? All right, we have both. Vienna is the capital of which European country? Amanda says Australia. That is not correct. And she retyped her typo. Austria is correct. Austria. Amanda T with Austria. I think you got spell corrected, but you're good. Good answer. All right, do I have... Matthew and Ben. Matthew and Ben. Big showdown here. Walking Dead question. What type of books did Carl read at night in the prison? Oh, Ben bringing the speed. I got I'm going to ask the mods for an official count. I've got 10 man barely edging out the defending champ. Crawfish, no apology necessary, man. You're my boy. You always are. It's not one person. It's what happens. And it's not just a mob mentality. It just gets a little crazy. And there's streams. I appreciate, sorry, didn't mean to disrespect the preparation, preparing for tonight's stream. Nothing to own up to. We have streams that are going to be freestyle streams. We have streams that are random things. We have Play Dead Live. And then we have some that are that need a little bit more direction because we've got new players here and it's just the nature of what we do. So you don't need to apologize to me. It's just, sometimes I got to kind of put the hammer down a little bit more and say, guys, let's get back on track. Otherwise, we're going to have people checking out early, and we try to keep the stream usually an hour and a half, and you can see the time right now. So no worries, man. All right. Ben barely taking out the defending champ. So that was a matchup that I wanted to see. I knew both of you guys were going to be quick on that. And Matt, you got your Walking Dead question. Literally seconds away. So no harm in that. Good matchup. How about Football Master and Will the Bill? All right, gentlemen. Which rock group charted Land of Confusion in 1986? Football Master coming in with Genesis, and that is correct. It is Genesis. Will came in with Genesis just a little bit later. We got Football Master moving on to the next round. How about the Florida battle going on? How about Kel and Fluff? Do we have Kel and Fluff? All right, and this is something I need both of you ready with the speed on this, because I don't think you're going to need to use any search engines or anything. So just be ready. Which band released the album Fly Like an Eagle in 1976? Kel says Steve Miller Band, and that is correct. No hesitation there. Kel straight up going to the next round. So we have 7 of our final 8. She was fast. All right, how about Deadly Dimes and Busy Bee? Deadly Dimes and Busy Bee. All right, they're both ready with the speed here. What is the International Governing Board of Soccer called? That is correct. And Jennifer Wright has just tuned in. Jennifer. Exactly. She's like, oops. Tammy got it before Jennifer chimed in. Jennifer, I know you just got to the stream, but do not answer if you're not one of the contestants. Tammy Deadly Dimes is moving on to the next round. No worries. I know, like I said, we got some people that just tuned in. Crawfish commercial break. It's never too late to trade PDL items. If you have a Priest Page 1 burning a spot in your inventory, King Crab will trade for it. No worries, Jen. You're fine. Trivia foul. Yeah, it's like it's... All right. Everybody, take a deep breath. We got 8 more contestants. No particular order. We got Ben the Tin Man, Tammy Hill, Lynn Nesbitt, Kel, Julia Muse, Amanda Tomlin, Deadly Dimes. Let's start with Lynn Nesbitt and Tammy Hill. Give me a 999, ladies. All right, we're going to go Walking Dead. What was Dale's wife's name? Dale's wife, what was her name? Crap is not the correct answer, Lynn. It is the answer for a lot of questions, but not the correct answer for this one. Five more seconds. Tammy Hill says Irma. Correct answer is Irma. This is back-to-back weeks that Tammy Hill has been in the Final Four. She lost to Matthew last week. Matthew went on to the finals to beat Deadly Dimes. So how about Kel versus Julia Muse in a battle of the mods? All right, ladies, we are staying with The Walking Dead. Who asked to be left behind when the RV broke down? Julia Muse says Jim. The correct answer, he knew he was dying from a walker bite, so he asked to be left behind. Julia Muse moving on to the final four. All right, do I have Deadly Dimes and Amanda Tomlin? Deadly Dimes and Amanda T. Give me a quick 999. Okay. In the Popeye comics, on what day would Wimpy gladly pay you for a hamburger? Deadly Dime says Tuesday. Correct answer is Tuesday. Deadly Dimes with the Popeye knowledge. Will the Bill super chatting it wants to know, can I drink a Grady potion to get back in? And can I use a chill smoke to slow everybody down? Will, only if I can use a thrill smoke and an enrage to speed everybody up. Or an intelligence potion to get these answered quicker, because we're almost at an hour and a half. I was really thinking we'd be under the gun tonight and get done in an hour and 15 minutes, but yeah. Love the question. And we're always thinking of creative ways to use our PDL items. So good job, Amanda T. Advancing with a couple questions. Tough matchup with Deadly Dimes. And looks like we got one more matchup here. How about Ben the Tin Man versus the Football Master? Kodiak Island is the largest island in which U.S. state? Tin Man says Alaska. Football Master says Hawaii. The correct answer is Alaska. Tin Man moving on to the final four. All right, here we go. We are down to four. By the way, Kel, if you can keep the ledger here, Football Master is not going home empty-handed. You have a kills coin for Friday night for a little Freestyle Friday. Kel, same to you. Amanda T. and also Lynn Nesvik, all four with kills coins. But now we're in the Dead Dimes round. Now we're getting into the PDL currency. If someone had threw some chill smoke, YouTube keeps trying to buffer me. Personally, I'd use black smoke and make it all dark and steal the answers. Or fear smoke and let everybody run around. So, everybody do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up button. This segment of the Final Four is brought to you by Play Dead Live, the Play Dead Live sponsors, the players, the Patreons, all of you guys really rallying around. What an incredible game, incredible group of people. And tonight, we're going to up the ante a little bit. Instead of 50, 50, 100, and 200, we're going to go with 100, 100, 200, and 350. Our largest allotment of dead dimes ever tonight. 100, 100, 200, and 350. Double dimes potion. Moonshot, there's triple dimes potions floating around out there. Now, I'm just going to ask, before we get started, anybody using potions before this round, let me know. If you're using dimes potions, all right, 5 seconds, going once. These are going to go quick. All right, I think we're good. Oh, look at this. Dimes is using the triple dimes potion. All right, mods, if you can type everyone here F5. I just want to make sure there's no excuses with lag. Dimes is using triple dimes. If she wins, she is going to bring home 1,050 dead dimes for a trivia championship. I mean, she's going to break the bank. But in order to do that, she's got to get past the 10-man. Semifinal matchup, Ben, the 10-man, versus Deadly Dimes. If you can each give me a 999. Walking Dead question. What was the name of the bar Herschel frequented in his drinking days? Dime says Carriage. Ben says Joe's Bar. The correct answer was Hatlin's Bar. Hatlin's Bar was the correct answer. No winner. All right. Follow-up question. Give me a quick 999. All right. We're going to stay with The Walking Dead. Who was the doctor Beth first met at Grady Memorial Hospital? Dr. Edwards says Deadly Dimes. I'm sorry to tell you guys. That's why she's deadly. Just eliminating the Tin Man. Ben will not be leaving empty-handed. He will end up with 100 dead dimes, but Deadly Dimes is moving on to the finals. Once again, 4 weeks in a row in the finals. Barely missed a three-peat last week by hitting 116 instead of 16. And now we got Tammy Hill and Julia Muse. Tammy and Julia. Let's go. Let's stay Walking Dead. Just 1 second. All right, here we go. If you guys are just tuning in, please do not answer the questions if you know the answers. We are at the finals of a trivia competition. So here's the question. Who had to convince the group not to execute Randall? Tammy Hill says Dale. Correct answer is Dale. Julia Muse is not going home empty-handed. 100 dead dimes for Julia. Both of our mods got to the Final Four. Both of our mods have been eliminated. Once again, no mod representation. But can you guys do me a favor? How about a shout out to the mods? We got another Tammy versus Tammy showdown. This is what everybody's been waiting on, right? Last week we had Tammy versus Matt. If Tammy could have gotten past Matt, we would have had it last week. So here we go. Ladies, give me a quick 999. This is not a Walking Dead question, but it is a question that's going to require a little bit of thought. What are the 4 lowest numbers on a roulette table? 4 lowest numbers on a roulette table. This is the money question. This is taking some time. I'm concerned. Deadly Dime says 00, 0, 1, and 2, and that is the correct answer. Deadly Dimes is taking home yet another championship. Deadly Dimes, congratulations. Tammy Hill, very strong finish, picking up 200 dead dimes. My calculation, Kel, Deadly Dimes, 1,050 dead dimes. Tammy Hill with 200, Julia and Ben 100 each. Great competition there, and what a great use of the triple dimes potion. That is, you certainly earned it. And Tammy Hill, nothing to be sad about. 200 dead dimes is a great performance as well. So we have just hit 1.5 hours, everybody. So this has been our 8th trivia night. 8 different trivia nights. We've been doing this for 2 months. A lot of questions, a lot of competition, a lot of good battles back and forth. I've gotten tremendous feedback from you guys. Several new players are chiming in. They're getting a little bit more comfortable. You had a bet down? I don't think anybody took you up on it. Crawfish says, I have 1,000 dead dimes on Tammy to win. Well, that's true. Alexa didn't know anything. I love it, Donna. So about midway through the stream, I know we kind of reeled it back in, but once again, nothing personal. Just we got an agenda, and we got to get through Monday nights. So I don't know. I've gotten a lot of feedback. This is stuff that people want to do as we continue The Walking Dead. I don't know that we're going to continue it on Mondays. We're going to do trivia for at least 2 more weeks, which will give us 10 weeks of trivia. And then that'll be the week before The Walking Dead starts. And as you guys know, once Walking Dead starts, we're going to be doing a lot of Walking Dead recap, a lot of Walking Dead conversations. So I will try to find a way to work it in. If not, we may take a few weeks off and then bring it back like we do with Random Things. Random Things is around the corner as well, but we got a full slate of stuff for all of you. Kel, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Picking up a few extra packs. I will say that Play Dead Live is not going to go anywhere once The Walking Dead starts. We're going to have a lot of focus on Play Dead Live, so don't worry about that. I would say Play Dead Live might get fairly equal attention. It's going to be a lot of work, but fairly equal attention to what we do on The Walking Dead, because we just had so many people that have immersed themselves into the game and supported the game. So I wouldn't expect that to tail off at all. If anything, The Walking Dead will pick up, but you guys are playing the game great. We got a lot of people, 750 people watching 7 hours worth of pack openings. That's pretty amazing. And then when you guys are playing, 650 to 700 people watching you play the game. And it's only growing every single week. So thank you for all that you guys do. And appreciate you guys being here each and every night. We will be seeing that final question was about roulette. Be nice to have a casino night or a casino scenario. Yeah, Crawfish, we talked about that a little bit, and certainly I want to work that in, and we might be able to work it into the gameplay. I know we've started working PvP in, and now PvP is kind of becoming its own event. So it's going to take a little bit more planning and a little bit more thought, because there's just not a lot of programs that you can put in YouTube Live. And I know that's the first thing is, yes, let's do PDL Casino. But you guys would probably be surprised at the amount of work that goes into doing the pack openings. So I would assume that a casino event would be so many different combinations that it would be probably about 10 times harder than doing a pack opening event. It's a lot of kind of planning scenarios and creating stuff in the background. I mean, even rolling the characters, the die rolls, that's not one randomly generated dice scene, that's 30 different scene possibilities. So, yeah, it's certainly certainly detailed. So Father Ron says we need a way to win dead dimes outside of trivia. Well, part of that is going to be PvP. PvP is going to have the opportunity to not only win dead dimes, it's going to have the opportunity to win replenishment items. It's going to give you the opportunity to win unique items that you can't get in-game. And also it's going to give you the opportunity to win some pack openings. So we're gonna make it a pretty big event. And as I mentioned, it's going to be a rotating format. So when you get to PvP, there are going to be nights that people are going to be limited to using one of each type of smoke. So it's not going to be massive inventory. And then we're going to scale it up to a type 2. It's going to allow you to pick your favorite. And then there are going to be nights where you do freestyle and you play whatever you want to play. Doesn't mean you're going to win every match, but it means that you're going to have an arsenal at your disposal. Crawfish, can I chop off Kel's arm for the bionic shoulder and throw a Grady potion to restore and heal her arm? No. I mean, it's a great suggestion. But no, the bionic body parts become a permanent part of your body. Once used, they're not any better than any other arm part. They're not any stronger. You can't say, okay, I used a bionic shoulder on my right arm and now I'm a little bit stronger with my right arm. It's just bringing your overall ATT. But I love the suggestion, the creativity. That was me losing my arm, a great suggestion. Someone's got to be Rick. Kel, do you know how many streams I've been in where somebody suggested it in The Walking Dead? Okay. Christine Meek says, so when's the next time we play trivia? Next Monday night. We will play trivia the next 2 Mondays for sure. That's going to put us up to 10. And then we'll make an announcement. So here's kind of what we're going to do the rest of the week. If you guys want to jot this down, or if you got a great memory, that's fine. Tomorrow night at 9:30 will be Walking Dead topics. And unlike tonight where we had to get a little bit more serious at times, our Walking Dead streams get a little bit crazy and off topic. And it's okay because it's easy to reel that back in. So tomorrow night will be our bold prediction. And I've got some things. The Patreon saw a sneak peek of it today. But I got some things that really want to talk about with you guys. I think it's strong possibility. Then Wednesday night, I'm going to do an early stream. I'll have an early jump on your inventory, give you guys some sneak peeks of, we're not equipping any gear, so you won't get an edge on people Friday night, but you'll get a sneak peek of your consumables and things that you can have ready for the PvP event. Thursday night, we will stream at 9:30. Then Friday night, we'll have Freestyle Friday at 8 o'clock. And then at 9:15 will be our first ever solo PvP bracketed event. And if that goes well, we're going to start posting flyers and posters and what the main event's going to be and the challenge matches. You guys saw Will the Bill a little bit ago. Said he wanted to challenge the bounty hunter. He's like, I don't care. I'm just going to throw it down. So, yeah, there'll be challenge matches. You'll see the rankings every week. You know, Crawfish has 4 matches tomorrow. But remember, it's going to be bracketed. So here's the strategy to PvP. So let's say Crawfish and Father Ron face in the first round. And it's a standard type format. And you can only use one of each type of smoke the entire night. Or you can only use one of each type of potion the entire night. So Crawfish has a strategy to think, well, wait a minute. Do I use 1 smoke? Do I use 3 smokes? Do I use everything I got to try to eliminate Ron? And then if he does beat Ron, and he gets Will the Bill in round number 2, and he's already used his arsenal. So the strategy to a degree is going to be, what do you play against which players? If you're priest versus priest, you kind of know how you match up. But if you're priest versus warrior, if Crawfish sandbags a little bit and keeps some of his items for the next round, he might not get to the next round. But then again, if he overuses, he might not be able to survive the second round. So that's kind of what I want you to think about. That will either be Wednesday night or Thursday night. When we do the inventory stream, Crawfish, that's where we're going to put the banker, and we're going to put the banker items up there. Donna, certainly it's okay to be confused because we've only been going over this for and I know a lot of people miss the PDL streams, but it takes a little while to kind of grasp it. Oh, look at this. Bonnie Wright, 1, picking up a 10-pack. Job application for 2-person team on the farm. I have little game experience, 2 PDL scenarios, pretty good equipment, stuff and things. Not as old as dirt, but close. Pretty good decision making. Interested? Please let me know. B-Dub is looking for a partner. Now, keep in mind, Friday night is not the 2-person scenario. Friday night is going to be solo PvP, and there's a reason for that because I want you guys to see how some of those mechanics work. So Bonnie is saying she needs a 2-person partner for 2 weeks from now when we start Crowley's Farm. And I will tell you, yes, Bonnie has very good gear. So if you guys are looking for a 2-person partner, if you don't have one yet, I would take that offer in a heartbeat. So, Christine, I am always East Coast time. So I'm always 9:30, so 8:30 your time. Bonnie, you just put out the application, and I think you're going to get a lot of requests. Yeah, that's funny. Julia Muse, the mods were talking, and they said we got our own time zone. It's kills time. We just created one. So those of you here for trivia, we got a trivia champ. So no more trivia tonight. Anybody interested in rolling a character, creating a character? I'll stick around for another 7 minutes. So in the next 7 minutes, if you guys have a PvP question, if you have a PDL question, if you have a inventory question, I'm not pulling up your inventory, but just something, let me know. Do not quote me on this yet, but there is the possibility we're still going to do the pack openings. The pack openings are going to have glyphs, gems, sockets, armor, weapons, things that you can't get anywhere else. Let me know if this would be of interest to you guys for PvP night. I'm considering, not finalized yet, don't quote me on effort, prices, all of those things. I'm considering putting together a PvP pack or a PvP bundle for Friday nights, and it'd be exactly the item. So instead of, opening the packs, the guesswork, only on Friday nights, and it may be, maybe 5 smokes for $20 or something like that. And I'll figure out the details of it, but it would be specified. So if you wanted to pick up smokes to use or potions to use, then I know you guys are going to do the pack openings and you're going to try to get the gear and the armor and the glyphs for other things, but it would be specific toward consumables that you could use in PvP. So if that's of some interest, maybe we'll kind of put that out there on Friday night and and see if there's some interest in the competition. Not required, but I mean, certainly you're going to get some items from the game. You're going to get some items from the scenarios, but there are going to be some hardcore PvP players that want to buff up a little bit more before they play. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. If it goes well, then it may be something that we continue to do. If not, then we'll just put them in scenario and do the pack openings whenever we have time. And once again, the super chats that you guys do during the week, in the streams, getting involved, we're doing all those super chats as a dual purpose. So those are all going to go into pack openings while we play the game. So it also I think gives a little bit more incentive to get involved and create some conversation, and you guys get something out of it as well. But, you know, maybe there's some people that they only want to do PvP a couple times a month, and they might not like playing the scenarios. So at least if we do some of the bundles with some of the smokes, they can come in on a Friday night and say, hey, I'm going to be the PvP champ. Got my gear. It's all I want to do is play on Friday nights, and we'll see how that pans out. Crawfish, when it comes to weapons, do we have to do it in stream, or can we PM you about what we want to do to our weapons as a surprise? It's a fair question, but the answer is going to be it has to be done in stream, because I want to keep, well, two things. One, if everybody was PMing me, it would be a lot of work. Number two, the integrity of the game. I want everybody to have a working record so they can make sure that, you know, I'm not cutting deals to people. I want them to know what's happening in stream. And if that means we got to do 3 streams in order to do it, then I'm down to make that commitment. But I want it to be public. So if someone's playing and they say, well, hey, you know, such and such didn't have this piece of gear last week, and I was questing with them, how did they get that? What did I miss out on? I want everything to be public record so they can go back and watch the playback. That's why we're doing the banker the way we're doing it. It's why we're announcing kilz coins when we do it. So if there is a mistake, then, you know, people are putting a lot of time and a lot of energy into the game. So the answer to the question is we're gonna do it live. All right, I got about 2 more minutes. This Friday, I will let you guys know, the first PvP is not going to be freestyle. The very first one is going to be standard. So start thinking about what items you may want to use, what items you may not want to use. If there's a bundle available, if you pick up a bundle and you have a chill smoke, a thrill smoke, a seal smoke, a clone smoke, I mean, all of those things, you know, a smoke pack, I think it'll come in handy. And if you don't use it all, you can carry it over. But what I don't want people to do, here's the only thing. If we do bundles, they are going to be limited to 1 per player. Because what I don't want people to start doing is going into PvP streams and say, all right, I'm picking up 5 bundles, now I got smoke for life. So the idea is that they're used for PvP. They're not going to be different. I'm not going to make a PvP smoke and a PvE smoke. But the idea is that they are used mostly for PvP and for those events. If you get eliminated and you don't get a chance to use them all, then absolutely you're going to have some extra at a bargain price. All right. Thanks for hanging out tonight. I appreciate it. I don't mind sticking around after the streams this week to answer a few more questions. What does the platinum glyph do for the chest? Platinum glyph is a damage reflect. So a platinum glyph reflects 1 point of damage. So if you have 5 platinum glyphs, somebody hits you, you're reflecting 5 points of damage. Platinum's strong. I mentioned the two strongest glyphs in the game are golden glyphs and platinum glyphs. Not a lot of people have jumped on the platinum glyph train yet. I think they will. But, it's figuring out all the different pieces. And just because you glyph something before, let's say you were, the first couple of pieces of gear you had, all you had was blue glyphs. And now you started to pick up 3 or 4 platinum. You can glyph. Now, you don't get your blue back. You lose that. But if it's what you had at the time and now you got a whole lot of better stuff, re-glyph it. Same thing with sockets. If you got a lot of sockets, re-gem it. You lose your sockets. The sockets that we have right now, you will lose those. But, it's a trade-off. Thank you, Tammy. You are appreciated too. Congratulations. Big win tonight. So close to a 4 in a row. I know on the Facebook fan page tomorrow, there's going to be more of the Chuck Norris jokes. We're going to start it all over again. Thank you, Bonnie Wright. Appreciate that. And glad you got a partner. And look, learn it together. If you guys haven't figured this out, there's a strategy not only to the game, but to how I'm rolling out your combat modes. So last week I gave you a sample of it. We had 4 matches, and the 4th one kind of got interrupted by the story, right? It's chopper outside, the building, catches on fire. So this week, you're going to get some more solo PvP. It doesn't mean that groups aren't going to form. They are. And there's groups already formed. But I also want there to be 2 versus 2 teamwork. Maybe you'll see a 3 versus 3 later on. And then maybe we'll have a 5 versus 5. But even if we don't get to a 5 versus 5, there's still going to be 5, 6 people quest that we're going to have one group going one direction, another group going another direction. You got Football Master afraid of fear smoke, but Chuck Norris fears deadly dimes. I think everybody kind of got a reminder tonight. They thought, the dynasty's over. 2 in a row. Dethroned. And then bam, right back. Remind them who you are, Dimes. Absolutely. Hippo says, can partners talk to each other off stream? I recommend that you guys talk to each other off stream and start to come up with your strategy. So, Hippo, once again, the first thing I would say, everybody should be here Friday night and watch combat. Watch how the 1 versus 1 combat goes. Hopefully you play, but if you don't, at least if you're involved, check it out. And a lot of the moves you see and a lot of the strategies, like Bonnie said, hey, I'm kind of new at this. Play Friday night. If you lose, you lose, but at least throw your hat in the ring, and then you'll be much better in 2 weeks whenever you play doubles. And that's kind of the whole concept of moving to Crowley's Farm. You guys know that Brace is out there. You don't know if Brace is going to be an ally long term. They've been making bionic body parts. Or if they're really, truly going to be an enemy. But what you do know is that based on what happened in the asylum, that all of your group needs to become better fighters. That's why we're starting out the scenario with kind of a little test. 2 versus 2 with some nice rewards, but it's going to be kind of, you made your way to the next stop and you realize that you got to be prepared for bigger and better things. And PvP will become a bigger part of the story. I think at various points, we're going to add that PvP element when your group needs a little something more. Especially as they start to learn spells and abilities. Your characters are going to, they're going to become pretty special. We haven't even touched on the surface of what you're going to be able to do in-game with your characters. When you start getting special abilities and defensive abilities, and this ability counteracts this ability. There's going to be a lot of strategy. And I would say there's a lot of strategy already just in the smoke usage. Somebody drops a rage smoke. Well, I mean, let's think of that as an example. Let's say Deadly Dimes and Crawfish draw each other in the first match. Both pretty well geared. And it's just how it goes down. And Dimes is thinking, all right, if I go first, or how does Dimes get the first attack over Crawfish? Does she have a green glyph? Does Crawfish have a green glyph? Who gets the first attack? So she decides, you know what, I'm going all out. I'm going to try to destroy him. I'm going to go Rage Potion, charge, and then Crawfish is like, okay, you just raged. I'm going to use my Unholy Smoke. So now her rage is gone, and she can't use it again. But Crawfish has already used his Unholy Smoke. So then what goes next? Is somebody going to use a Chill Smoke? Are they going to use a Clone Smoke? Do they get hit a couple times? They have to use a lot of strategy. So start thinking of what your technique is going to be. That's what I want to see. Because I don't think there's going to be any technique that is going to be a one-shot you just win. Plus, we got grapple gloves that are out there. So Crawfish may have good armor, but you pull off that chest piece and then get a shot in, and you do 5, 6, 7 points of damage. But I don't know. I tell you guys, I'm talking about the game a lot. Somebody asked me, a gaming colleague of mine asked, would I play the game? And my eyes lit up because I started putting myself in that role. And then they asked me, because I played Crawfish. Well, I guess the question is, how many of you watched videos, have been here since I did Walking Dead Road to Survival? Like, not the playbacks, but the hardcore Walking Dead Road to Survival. Then Crawfish probably has an idea of the investment with the pack openings that I put into Walking Dead Road to Survival. Oh, I think I probably dropped $30,000. Very competitive PvP. And I love PvP. You guys have to know. But there was a first turn sweep move that I did pack after pack after pack because I wanted this first turn sweep move. And every Saturday we were doing these war battles. And I finally got the first turn sweep move, and a month later they started making 6-star characters. And I was like, oh my goodness. I spent a year trying to get this move down and trying to get everything I needed to do it. So I would go in unbeatable, first turn move. And I finally got there, finally got everything I needed, and then they went to 6 stars. Broke my heart. So with my background in gaming, whether it's Warcraft, Magic the Gathering, Walking Dead Road to Survival, Dungeons and Dragons, AD&D. This game, I'm not saying it's going to be adopted by the masses that are out there making apps, because I'm realistic, but I would say this game to me has more strategy, creativity, the social aspect, but what this game has more than other games is it has the human error aspect. And that's what makes it fun, because if you're playing a computer game, there's rules, there's mechanism, it becomes old hat. The one thing we're doing differently with the scenarios in the PvP, your decisions change what happened. I have a grid of the way the story goes. You guys have messed me up on multiple stories, and I got to be able to ad-lib and still make it work. But there's been some situations that there was some serious ad-libbing going on. And I don't ever think it's going to be bad. I mean, there's been some stale spots where it's like, oh boy, how do we pick up the pieces from this? But I kind of know how we're getting to the next level. And if we don't always get there, then that's fine. The story can tail off in a different direction. But the PvP element is going to be something that's going to be Busy Bee, I wouldn't want it to be made into an app. I could potentially see our game developing into a card game as well. And there's some behind-the-scenes stuff I'm working on, a turn-based card game that would be an addition to, not a replacement of. But no, I think what you see on the screen, just giving you a little bit. I don't want to give you everything that you're going to see from stage to stage to stage. I want to give you enough that you know where you're at, you know what your surroundings are, and then your imagination and your creativity kicks in. Like, for example, when you guys were in the tile room, everybody's tile room was different. Everybody saw the same wall. They saw the floor. But when you fell into the tile, everybody had a different mental image or a mental reaction from that. And I don't ever want to change that. That's the beauty of people that are really, like Crawfish said, pure and organic. That's where your gaming skills are going to kick in. And so it's my job to give you enough to sort of start the visualization, and then it's your job to sort of make it real to you and personal to you. And yeah, I don't want that to change, because if it changes, then it's going to turn into a computerized game where everything has to happen a certain way. We've got a lot more universe and a lot more flexibility in what we do. Yeah, and the thing that I would say is that, hey Donna, thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate you being here. Is there's going to be varying degrees of gear, but there's always going to be a way to slow down geared players. But two great PvPers and one person is geared better than the other one, well then the better geared person is going to have a slight advantage. But if you're new to PvP, you're going to take some knocks. I mean, that's just the reality, and that's the way you're going to learn. But learn by asking questions, learn by watching. Become a sniper, pick up a couple sleep arrows. I mean, here's an example. All right. Someone that doesn't know about playing a class. So a sniper would probably see a sleep arrow. A brand new sniper would say, oh my God, I want sleep arrows. But a sleep arrow is not going to gain you an advantage. So here's an example. All right, I'm a sniper and I'm battling Crawfish. And I get first attack. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to use my sleep arrow. All right, he's asleep. He misses his turn. So then I shoot an arrow and I'm like, okay, he's asleep, and I hit him. So when I hit him with another arrow, I wake him up and he takes damage. Why did I use the sleep arrow in the first place? I'm right back to where I started from. But there is a time and a place for a sleep arrow. If I want to put someone out for a turn in order to get away or to... There's varying degrees of reasons. Or set up a stronger attack. But you don't just use an incapacitation and then have them wait for a turn and then go back and do what you were going to do anyway. And that's a common mistake that PvPers make. Now, if I could put a sleep arrow and then put a trap and then find a way to gain an additional turn off of it, then certainly the sleep arrow would be a benefit. But that's what I think some people are going to do. And I think some people are going to say, well, wow, this person has like 6 smokes. What am I going to do against them? Learn your class. Learn to play your class. If you're a warrior, don't play like a sniper. Play like a warrior. Every class has the ability to beat every class. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to take 6 months to kind of play test it. While we were doing those scenarios, me and a few other people were just doing some behind the scenes hypothetical, what would happen in this situation, what would happen in another situation. And it's pretty competitive. And I didn't see any class that had a strong advantage over other classes. Well, the problem is going to be with the sleep arrow. Even if you were able to do that for a dot, then the sleep arrow is going to put them to sleep and the damage is going to wake them up. Because the sleep arrows automatically nullify whenever they take that dot damage. So they wouldn't lose a turn. So that might actually be a worse situation. And that's some of the mechanics we'll figure out once we start playing. Well, Tammy, that's a great point too. I appreciate you guys hanging out and asking some of the questions. You guys can see when I'm not under the gun to finalize our level up events or try to get something done in a certain amount of time. I love hanging out and just kind of brainstorming and talking about the game. Like this is our chance. Like we're sitting around, a bar having a drink and sort of talking about what's going to make the game better. But I agree, Tammy. I think the game's going to evolve. The suggestions and the ideas are going to continue to grow. And I think, people seeing that, hey, I made it through a scenario. I started a little late. I made it through. I didn't die. And I still walked away with items. I mean, we had people walk away with bracers, chest piece, and 2 ATT-10 potions. And a couple people got really, really good gear at the end of that. And as you guys advance, that's what's going to continue. It would. Gina, the dot would actually benefit them because the sleep arrow would be nullified. So you wouldn't use a sleep arrow with poison. What I would do is probably, I could start with a sleep arrow to give me a little bit of time to analyze my inventory. No, the damage would tick on their turn, and it would resolve before the end of turn, wake them up, and then they would get their follow-up attack. But I think a better example, this would be a better usage of a sleep arrow. Probably the prime one. And there's no hunter disengage, no sniper disengage type of abilities yet, but that would be an ideal play. The ideal play would probably be sleep, disengage to get further away, have topaz so you get if you started out 30 yards away from your opponent, and if you've buffed and gemmed Topaz, or the True Shot 3 ring that gives you more range. Let's say you got an extra 10 yards of range. So you can hit from 40 yards. So Sleep Arrow, get further away without missing an attack, and then get 2 attacks instead of that 1 initial. That would probably be kind of your ideal play with Sleep. Or you use it as more of a PvE type of play and put someone to sleep and then let your opponent sort of deal in. Now, 2 versus 2, I think the Sleep Arrow will have a lot more playability in 2-man competition than solo. All right. Hey, with that being said, everybody, I appreciate you guys being here, getting involved in the trivia. We will do 9:30 bold predictions tomorrow, last about an hour. I'm going to hang out after that stream as well. We'll talk a little bit more about the game and how we're going to get PvP and what to look for throughout the week. We want to get the word out to everybody that might have missed the stream. And then on Wednesday night, I'll do an early stream for you guys. I should have most inventory by tomorrow night. But then we'll do the Walking Dead stream, and then I'll do maybe a 6 or 6:30 stream Wednesday. And if you missed that, just kind of check out what's on the board. That's also going to give some of you guys a chance to see the banker and pick up some, I won't say lower end items, but maybe some of the hard to get items. Might be a few page 1s in there as well. I'm going to go back and look and see what we set up for the banker. Let's see. No, I don't have it loaded. I do have some of the stuff for the banker, so you guys will get to see that a little bit on Wednesday, and then start to figure out your strategies. All right. Hey, thanks everybody. Once again, I know it ran a little bit over, but great questions. I'm here to answer questions for you guys. I'd much rather do streams because I get a lot of what if, believe it or not, questions throughout the day. What does this gym do? What if I'm in this situation? How do I do that? So it's a lot easier on me if I just hang out 10, 15, 20 minutes after the streams and just answer the questions publicly. So it's just less messages. All right, everybody, have a good night. I'm going to go chill with the 3Gs for Gabe Revolts. Thanks again. Peace.